2 minutes after 10 o'clock, and it's Wednesday. And if it's 2 minutes after 10, and it's a Wednesday, that means it's time for Cindy Sutton.
You're trying to say we always go on late, Billy?
Dolly and Kenny were singing a little longer than...
Important. I love hearing them sing. So, good morning, Billy.
How are you today?
I'm doing fabulous. It's a beautiful day in downtown Statesville.
Yes, it is. And, of course, it's Connect Iredell.
Connect Iredell, Iredell County's premier online community with a comprehensive online community calendar, business directory, and, of course, it's our mission to tell stories about great people doing great things in Iredell County. So.
And you've got quite a few. I must say, sometimes we'll have shows on the radio, and it's the same people over and over again. But you've been very good about your variety.
Well, I try hard to reach out to people that are doing new things that people may not know about. And that haven't been on your radio station before.
Right.
Because there's so many great things happening that, we don't want to duplicate efforts. We want to connect. We want to connect.
That's right. And you do such a great job at connecting.
Thanks, Billy.
You're that kind of girl. That's right.
So today,
yes.
It's funny. I have two gentlemen with me today, and it just connected in my head that I've known both of them for about 10 years.
That's right.
Yeah, at least 10 years.
So to my right here, I have Paxton Byers. Say my friend Paxton. I met Paxton. Paxton and his family, you might recognize Byers, owned Byers Moving and Sons, and he is a third generation son. Yep. And I met Paxton when he moved us about 10 years ago. And we've moved a lot. We've moved a lot between offices, right? Offices and homes. We've moved a lot, and we haven't used anyone else but them. So I met Paxton when he was still a young pup, and he's still a young pup. But we've stayed connected. We've stayed friends. He waves at me as he's picking up his Grouchos driving through town in his big truck, and so we introduced him to we introduced him to Grouchos, and so I've been following his journey. His would have been your grandfather, right? That opened Byers. Moved away from the family business. Their family were farmers here in Iredell County. Moved away from the family business because he had a passion for helping people and trucking. So grew into this amazing enterprise that they move nationwide, right? Oh, yeah. Byers Moving, and then Paxton. I don't know that he's moving away from the family business, but he's doing something pretty cool. He is an artist, and he is Fatboy P. So, which I understand where the name came from, but he's not a fat boy anymore. So you're gonna have to gain all the weight back to have the image. So
my head still big.
Yeah. So we're gonna be
his wallet is fat.
That's right.
So we're gonna be talking to Paxton about what he's got going on with Fatboy P, and Billy said we're gonna put on a little bit of Paxton's version of country music.
It's a little different.
It is a little different,
but it's good.
But it sounds great.
It's really good. And then Julius and I were just talking about his daughter Kira. He used to live above Groucho's with his daughter, and I think I met him the first time when we had Sabina's News Cafe and Sweet Thing Bakery, and they would come in there and sit up in that front window. And he's such a good daddy. He loves that little girl, or not a little girl anymore. But I met him then. And I would say, I've said this about other people before, but if you look up the word entrepreneur, you will find Julius. Billy gives me
jack of all trades.
Billy gives me grief all the time. Like, what are you doing now? But
she's got as many jobs as others.
Yeah,
that's exactly
right. But you're passionate, right? And you want to do good things. So
I like doing.
So Julius is the proprietor, the owner of the I-40 flea market, which has recently moved. So we're going to talk about that. And then real exciting for Statesville, Iredell County, he's opening a new wedding and event venue called the Walnut Branch Estate.
The Walnut Branch Estate.
So we want to talk about that. And
Very nice.
Sounds fancy, doesn't it?
It does. I like it.
I totally
It's a lot
forgot.
fancier than the flea market.
Yeah. Well, and I totally forgot until I saw his beautifully wrapped vehicle outside that
Isn't it beautiful?
he
I
is a
gotta tell
DJ
you.
here in Iredell County.
That's one of the best wraps
What's
I've
it got?
seen.
It's out front. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
nice.
man.
It's nice
the
looking.
Nissan out there.
So welcome.
Thumbs up to Sir Speedy for doing that.
Yeah.
you just-
CJ.
Look
CD.
at, see, we're connecting.
Yes, there
already.
you are, connecting
Promoting.
right
The
there.
whole car?
Yeah.
You'll have to look at it when you head out. It looks
It's,
good.
it's colorful.
It
it's
it
bright.
is colorful.
That's
It
what
I
really
actually
is.
booked a wedding in Lowe's parking lot from that thing the other day.
Is that
a lady
right?
walked up to me. She said, "Do you play country music?" I said, "Yes, ma'am. I play anything that I'm getting paid
You
for."
booked it there. It's not going to be in
Well,
Lowe's
it was
parking
for
lot.
a granddaughter.
That's right. Yeah, how
No,
many-
yeah, the band got me a job.
Yeah, okay. It's just
See, it
like
goes
somebody's
from
getting
when it
married.
used to
all
go
about
rig,
promotion.
and now it's just on the computer.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
it.
little different
Everything.
these days.
Yeah.
Well,
it is.
he's well known for his DJing here in
Yes, he
Iredell
is.
County. So,
I think I got to be with you a couple of times at the wedding.
Yeah.
The wedding event
Mhm,
that's at the Civic Center.
yeah.
They chose your voice over mine, though.
Yeah.
So you,
But
you
we
have,
that soon-
you have that radio thing.
That
going on.
soon went away, and we
Yeah.
turned that back over. So
Hopefully that'll come back.
yeah.
So let's start with Paxton. And,
Yes, let's do
talk
that.
about Fatboy P, and then we'll talk to Julius for a little bit. So Paxton, tell us about your passion for being an artist, and why Fatboy P, and how it came about, and what you have going on.
Well, to be honest with you, I came up on a moving truck, as you say, when my family business, Buyers Moving in Troutman. Riding in that truck all my life, from a little dude with my dad, 5, 6 years old. He listened to everything, country, hip hop, jazz, everything. He'd be asleep listening to jazz and all that stuff. I'm like, Dad, you gotta wake up. But the music, I mean, singing in church. My daddy always made me. We got a group at church called Traveling Wonders, and my grandfather used to sing in it, and he just kept it going. My dad did. So he always, every time this little main part of the song would come in, I had to sing.
Yeah.
Sing up, Paxton. That's what he say every single time. So it just grew into it. And I got around these guys in high school, and they were writing music and recording in their house. And so
Wow.
I thought it was cool because I was already singing or trying to, gain ground in it. But then I said, well, if they can do it, and I can do it. So I tried it out. Next thing you know, I was at my house recording myself, went and bought my own stuff, kept trying, kept going,
Yeah.
kept growing. So that's just a little life.
Yeah, and you're good at it. I listen to your music, and as you promote, I follow your page, and Julius and I were talking about you're a really good promoter
Yeah.
of yourself, and both businesses really. But I think it's exciting. I think it's exciting to watch people live their life and their passion. And you recently went and tried the American Idol route, right? Or America's Got Talent, one of those.
I tried it. It's been a little while ago, a couple
Yeah.
years ago, but I didn't make it. It was way different than what you see on TV, but I still did it. They
It's
told
good.
me I couldn't do it, but I ain't stopped yet.
That's right.
And you shouldn't, because
Yeah.
you've got real talent, and I think you're going to go somewhere with it. And,
So do you record yourself? I mean,
Yeah.
you do self publishing. I guess you like in the book, but now it's in.
Well, I've done my copyrights, and majority of my music. My cousin, he's real good, and he's doing big things in music too. His name is Adam Gamble. They call him KO the Wizard. He recorded all my previous stuff, but I'm just now starting to learn how to mix and stuff. I ain't got it completely figured out, but I'm close.
Now, do you have guys that come in and play with you, or is it you on everything? How's that work?
Right now, it's just pretty much just me.
Is
but
that right?
I'm about to start doing collaboration though. A lot of people. are
it's
reaching
him
out
and
to
a
me.
bunch of pretty girls in all his videos.
It's got some sweet videos.
he has some really, really nice videos.
Yeah.
So,
He uses a lot of
Myself, too.
stateful landmarks in his videos too. I noticed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to keep it close to the
That's
house.
right.
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, that's how you
So
know.
you got this one called Country Boy. Is it a new one? Is it?
Well, the album's been out for, I think I did it in 2019,
Okay.
but I keep on, like you say,
COVID.
promoting and promoting.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's right.
I sort of stopped doing the thing at the bars and performing and all this stuff, and I just kept on doing the YouTube and still promoting online and still trying to grow myself as much as I can. because the only thing you got is yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
Because if you don't promote yourself, nobody else will.
Yeah, you put on your own
Unless you
brakes.
pay them a bunch of money.
Yeah,
Right,
I know.
right.
I'm trying to find a way to get with you now. Sound like you throw the little fishing line out
There
there.
you go. There you go. All right, so let's listen to a little bit of Country Boy, Fatboy P.
What they say, take it back like a Cadillac. What they say, take it back like two flats. Coming up dead end of a dirt road. Copperhead that'll greet us off the bus, yo. Yeah, get a load of me. Country from the head to the toe of me. I might not look like I'm supposed to be. Rocking brand new Nikes and some Oakley. Yeah, I'm chubby in the middle cause I'm eating real good. Country boy living deep in the woods. Hot damn, always work to do. If you ever show love, I got love for you. Cause it's always working out. Cause we come from the south. Had to tough it out. And show his love, they show his love. Yeah. Country boy work hard, man. Bring up my city like John Wayne. Big block, cherry love, octane. Shut up, be valuable. Wipe my boots on down. I'm gonna step on the town. You'll see an IG picture posted of me breaking it down. Yeah. Country boy work hard, man. King of my city like John Wayne. Big block, cherry love, octane. Shut up, be valuable. Wipe my boots on down. I'm gonna step on the town. You'll see an IG picture posted of me breaking it down. Jason Aldean spitting on the country song. Let every beat I'm going heavy on. Yeah, my dad got a tractor, shot it with a steady arm. Papa Jim had a dairy farm, and it ain't nothing better than tomato sandwiches. Oh my goodness, the tomato sandwiches. Rabbit hunting in the cornfield. Everything was simple, now I make bread like cornmeal. My city country that I once knew, it ain't the same, but I'm glad that I came from the cut zoo. And if you're listening, I love you. And if you listening, I love you. Yeah, but it's always working out. Cause we come from the
All right, so that's great. I don't think I've ever heard any rap song that has tomato sandwiches in it.
Country R&B is what Jay White just texted me.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's more country than most of the new country.
I love that.
You got that exactly right.
That sounds a lot more country.
That's
than
a
I
great
think.
song.
It's a
Appreciate
great.
you.
Tells
Yeah.
a story
Good
too.
team,
It tells your story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Jason Aldean, he does a little hip hop and this stuff. He raps sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that Sam,
right.
Sam, what's his name?
Cook.
Sam Cook. Yeah,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah,
and
I
then
love it.
Nelly and Florida Georgia Line got that new song.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's
I
got
like
a-
Florida Georgia Line.
Yeah,
I think Kathy needs to have Paxton on Piedmont Folkways.
there you go.
I'm
We'll
ready.
give her a call.
Mix it up.
I'm sure
I think
Danny
we should-
could, Danny
That
could
would
pick
be-
that guitar lick. I'm sure
He could.
Yeah.
Oh,
that'd be
yeah.
a piece of cake for him.
We should do it.
that's
You
right.
listening? You listening, Kathy? So Paxton, tell us, how do people listen to more Fatboy P? How do they get a hold of you?
Where's
Tell
your
us.
music available?
Where's your
too?
music available?
It's on iTunes. It's on Spotify, SoundCloud, pretty much anything you can reach for. Desert, however you pronounce it. It's a whole bunch of stuff. I got a website, fatboyp.com. It's still under construction. I just broke it down again and trying to rebuild it and create it, make it more accessible to everything. So, but that's where they can get it from.
Fatboyp.com, and you are Fatboy P on social media, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Well, thank you for being with us today.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm excited. I'm excited to
I'm
have you.
surrendering myself.
Yeah. so Julius, welcome.
Welcome.
The man.
I want to talk about the flea market and the exciting things you have going out there, but
The good old flea market.
yeah, first I want to hear about for people who are local and have been wondering what's going on with the old Kreider's photography house or
That would-
building.
Are people
would be-
wondering?
I-
People
yeah,
honk
I
at me
would
when
be
they
one
ride
of
by.
those.
yeah.
People are wondering, and I think it's amazing what's happening. And so tell us about the newest venture, and and then we'll talk about the flea market too, and how people.
I
can
will
be
say
involved in that.
I saw the colorful vehicle up there, and I was like,
yeah,
what is that
it kind of
doing
gives
up
it
there?
away a little bit. doesn't
A
it?
little bit.
Yeah. People, you can't miss the van, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be a venue, a small event venue, weddings, but not just weddings. We're also going to try to host birthday parties, sweet 16s, showers. A lot of your bigger wedding venues, they don't want to do the smaller events just because it doesn't make sense financially for them. But for us, being a smaller venue, we can afford to give people affordable prices where they can have a baby shower. You don't have to have this huge event there. Yeah. And it's kind of limited, actually, to smaller places. So we're excited about it. We've actually had probably half a dozen events out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We've hosted a couple of politicians. We've had some political fundraisers. We had Ted Budd and Patrick McHenry was there last week. So, so people have been in there. We're kind of not 100% operational. We still have some projects in the works. So the people we're renting it out to kind of understand that. And the price reflects that, of course. But we hope to be fully.
Good morning.
Hey, they saw my van.
That's right.
Hey, DJ Joyous in there. But yeah, the price reflects that, and we're hoping by next year to be fully operational. And
so
of course, the prices will go up then. But
right.
I never got to go in when it was Kreider. So have you torn down some walls and things?
Yeah, we opened it up a little bit. We can do. We have two different spaces. We have an indoor space. Indoors. Probably about 75 tops.
Okay.
Our total max is going to be 125, but that would be indoors and outdoors.
Oh, for sure.
And we have an outdoor pavilion that can seat 100 easily. So most of our weddings are going to utilize both the indoors and outdoors. And fortunately, when Kreider's were there, they built some really nice. Yeah, it was a photography studio, and we still are in the photography business somewhat. But
oh Lord,
it's available for photographers to come out and get some pictures. Yeah, Paxton needs to come do a video, man.
Absolutely,
we'll get him out there.
I'm trying to learn. If you know how to do photography, I'm trying to learn more.
Yeah, well, a little bit, but mostly the DJ thing's mine. Unfortunately, I'm so booked other places, I'm not able to. I'm having to turn down the DJ part of it. But we have relationships with other vendors. We've already had a few caterers out there and some cake makers and stuff. So we're excited about it. It's not the Taj Mahal by no means, but it's rustic and it's private. It's quiet. It's a good location. A couple miles off 40, so we think there's a need for it. There's a lot of venues popping up. Everybody that's got a barn these days is renting it out for parties.
Exactly right.
Yeah, but you're right; they're all big event venues.
Yeah, most of them are larger, and then we have some different options that we have air conditioning. Which is, some barns don't have that. It's like I said, it's great for smaller events too. You could just use the inside, and you're not going to be swallowed whole if you only have 25 people. So
yeah,
and that's really you're right about that, because a lot of these, if you have a small event, these barns are huge.
Well, you don't need to pay for that.
You don't need to,
if you don't need it.
And like you said, there's different scenes outside that you can have your event. So that's pretty cool. Did you have kitchen facilities?
We have a prep kitchen.
Okay.
Everything has to be catered in. We're not trying to prepare food there, of course, because that opens up another can of worms.
Yes, it does.
But yeah, we have a nice little kitchen facility with a commercial fridge and sink and stainless steel tables for the caterers to come in. The caterers seem to like it. We actually, being in the wedding business, I've been to a lot of venues, and not saying ours is going to be perfect, but we try to make it real vendor friendly, because when I go to these venues and I see some of the caterers struggling to figure out how to get in, or the DJ, they put me in front of the bathroom or something.
That always happens, doesn't it?
Well, the space is usually the thing. I'm like, where am I supposed to put my speakers? And usually there's a table, right there.
That's right.
And of course the 90-year-old grandmother sits right there at that table,
speaker.
right where the speaker's at. So we're trying to keep that stuff in mind and laying it out, and making it vendor friendly. Because the vendors are happy.
That's good.
They'll recommend me.
Right.
I just can't.
We love it out there at Walnut Branch.
I can't get over how much. I mean, you go to some of these places that have fixed themselves up as a venue, and it's like $15,000-$20,000, and you're just like,
Oh yeah.
holy cow, who can afford that?
Where I'm gonna find it then?
Right. Well, weddings are expensive, but we're trying to keep our price point.
Love is too.
You know, we're
I hear another song coming on. There's another song.
divorces are expensive.
Ain't lying. We keep on smiling.
If I could figure out how to cash in on that, I'd be a rich man. I'd have a fat wallet like Paxton over there.
I'm acting like it.
But he probably does get a lot of divorces. He's moving them out.
Keep you good.
So
you said it's not the Taj Mahal, but I think you're selling yourself short. I've been following along. You guys have done a good job kind of letting people in on your projects and showing where you're building the outdoors and
Well,
stuff.
the Kreider family, the business they did there. I mean, I think a large majority of Statesville has been in that building. You know, it was built in the '90s, so there was a lot of '90s finishes.
Yeah.
So
you guys are making it your own, and
so we're updating, of course, and then giving it a little more neutral feel because when brides come in or anybody having a party, they need more of a neutral palette because
right.
if you have if you have red walls, and if you come in with a pink decor, it's not really gonna float. So
you need agreeable gray.
Agreeable gray. Everybody loves gray. It used to be taupe, but now it's gray. But
right.
we've got a lot of gray in the Walnut Branch.
So
I got to ask you then, where'd you get the name?
There are about 10 walnut trees on the property. They're very prominent. I mean, you cannot miss the walnut trees.
Big money.
Unfortunately, the walnut trees are messy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spend a lot of time cleaning up. But a friend of mine actually came up with the branch part, and I just liked it. I thought it had a nice flow. I was looking for something, related to the walnut.
Right.
Thing, and she came up with the branch.
Yeah, the brand's great. The logo looks great.
Yeah,
it looks really good.
I did that with a free app on on the iPhone.
Don't be telling people that you put me on a.
Oh, sorry.
You did a great job. It looks really good.
When you're on a budget, to keep the prices right, I have to keep my budget straight.
So if people want to follow along, which I recommend because you're posting some cool stuff on social media, or need to get in touch with you for a small event, or when you're ready to open full blown, tell us.
I will take
tell us how
anything
to
we
do
can get
that.
right now.
Yeah. So it's the Walnut Branch Estate, right?
Walnut Branch Estate. We're on Facebook and Instagram. You can just search it, and you'll find it. And you can message us on there.
Yeah.
Or they could call my phone number 704-450-0911.
Do that again.
704-450-0911.
Program that
My
in,
best
people.
radio voice.
That was good.
Program that in, people.
That's right.
And so, thank you for sharing.
That's
that
also
with
the
us.
number for the flea market from a DJ
DJ
business.
service. Was I said, program that in, people.
15 other businesses that you can reach. That's the only bad thing about having one phone for all that is when people call, I can't say,
Yeah.
If
I have.
You could run down the list.
If I say the I-40 flea market, I'm not having my wedding at a flea market. What the heck, hang up. So,
Hey, it's Julius.
I have that disease,
That's
Julius.
right.
I love and respect you for it. So,
Thank you.
so tell us
That's cool.
the flea market. You've moved recently. You've had a big
yeah,
move.
we've been in a new location since January. We
It's been that long?
Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun. We sold the property on 115 to a local company. I won't say pharmaceuticals. They do nutritional supplements and
Nutraceutical.
Nutraceutical. Yeah, that sounds right.
Something like that. Yeah.
But they're going to manufacture it in the old flea market building, and then next door is their distributor. Actually, who they had a relationship, and they brought them into Statesville, which is a great thing for Statesville because they put a lot of money into that property, and they're opening a gym there. I met the guys when we were doing the sale, but I haven't talked to them recently. I think the gym's slated for September. To open, but it's amazing the money they put into that building, and hopefully Jay and his crew will put that kind of investment into the Kmart building. I don't think they've really started working on it yet. It's not as pretty as the old Fun Station building, but anyway, we sold it to them, which was a good thing. People were like, oh, they kind of felt like the flea market got a raw deal, but it really wasn't. It was a good thing. And, I'm partners with the guys that own the building, and they'd been trying to sell it for years, and it needed to be sold. It needed somebody that would come along and put an investment in it, and that's a prominent location in Statesville, and that's the last thing we need is a dilapidated old building.
Right.
And it was getting to the point where, you know, the building been there since '74. I think
It's been a long time.
It was built by Mammoth Mart.
Mammoth Mart.
Mammoth Mart
That's
was
right.
a precursor to Kmart, and but it sat empty for years. It was an antique mall, but we got good use out of it. We were there for 7 years and built a lot of great relationships there. Had a lot of some mishaps. we had a robbery. We had a fire. I think anything that could happen. We had a lot. We lost a vendor. Actually, he passed away in the building.
Wow.
And, yeah. So and you know, there was every now and then you'd have an ambulance show up. It's a lot of older folks.
That is history.
Disabled
Knock on
folks.
wood.
but-
You had some great things like concerts and other stuff out there too.
No, the relationships
true.
I built there was awesome. I mean, you know, met my wife there, and
wow.
my daughter grew
The
up.
best thing that happened to
My
you.
daughter grew up there, and you know, it's just like I said, friendships that'll last forever.
Yeah.
And you know, unfortunately, when we left and went out to Old Mountain Road, we couldn't take everybody with us.
Right.
Which a lot of them, I think, were almost ready to kind of run their course for them.
Yeah.
But we took probably half a dozen of the main vendors with us, and we have 2 indoor spaces on Old Mountain Road, and then the rest is outside. It's more outside market than the Kmart building. It's good sometimes, but it's bad sometimes. When it rains, it's not that great. But we have a nice outdoor area on Old Mountain Road, and we were fortunate to get the property. I was actually thinking about just retiring from the flea market business, and one of my vendors, who was a great friend of mine, encouraged me to look for other places. And,
Well, actually, it's just right off the interstate.
well, it's a great location.
At the exit.
It really is. It's a great
the I-40
location.
flea market.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, people still ask me, you know, where it's at. I'm like, well, it's close to 40. But yeah, unfortunately, my friend who wanted me to move there passed away, so he never made the move. And we have a little memorial to him in the new place. He was one of our most well loved vendors.
Sorry for your loss.
Well, you know, it was a little bittersweet, but we went ahead and made the move, and it's working out good. It's we wish that Sundays would be a little better.
Right.
I think it's kind of like everything else. Nobody wants to work on Sundays. You know, Saturdays they're coming out pretty good, and
It's secular, right? The people have to come for the vendors to want to be there. The vendors have to be there for the people want to come. So you have to.
And we had that issue when we first opened. I mean, you know, I would go to other places and try to get vendors to come, and they would be like, "Well, what's the crowd like?" I'm like, "Well, we've never been open." So,
That's right.
But we built it up really pretty good, you know, for what it was, and we had people from all over the country stop in. They always got good response, you know. Fortunately, Asheville, a lot of the tourism folks in Nashville love that type of thing. They love arts, and they love old stuff and antiques, and so we got a lot of traffic out of Asheville.
So tell us, what are your hours and how do people find you?
We're 8 to 3, Saturday and Sunday. Vendors are welcome to get there after 5 a.m. Not before 5 a.m. We don't open the gates. On 115, they actually used to show up at 2 o'clock in the morning. But the new location on Mountain Road, we have a gate, so they can't get in.
Okay.
But I will get there at 4:45, and there'll be a half a dozen of them sitting out there. And I don't know why, because you know customers don't really start coming. Flea markets used to be really more of an earlier thing. For some reason, Statesville, our market's a little bit later. You know, but I would encourage.
Because we're a drinking town.
Is that what it is? Instead of they were at Red Buffalo all night.
Yeah,
It's
that's
Jay's
right.
fault.
That's right. So I-40
Stop
Flea
him.
Market, 8 to 3,
8 to 3,
Saturday and
Saturday,
Sunday,
Sunday,
and you're on social media?
Social media as well. We have a yard sale page that anybody can list their products for sale.
Over 9,000 people on that. You said.
It's
That's
pretty good.
So
Yeah.
check
And our regular Facebook, I think we have over 3,000, which is
That's great.
pretty good.
Yeah.
That took 8 years to build, which that's pretty hard to build 3,000. 20,000 on just a regular page. Group pages are a little easier, but
He's good at promoting too.
it's $5 for a table too. By the way, let me
Wow.
that. So I tell people all the
affordable.
time. Well, a poster board and a couple magic markers for yard sales is going to cost you that.
Yeah, just to get the signs out.
So come out.
Absolutely.
We supply you the table, $5. We usually
Nice.
have somebody doing food. We have a snack bar.
Yeah.
It's a great place to bring the kids. The children love the flea market.
Yeah.
And it's pets. Bring your dog.
Oh, okay.
I-40 Flea Market, people, check it out. And as we wrap the show up, I have to say that Julius has recently dedicated his time to be a board member for the Statesville Convention and Visitors Bureau. As you can hear, he's passionate about building things up in Statesville. So
Absolutely.
he's serving Statesville through the board. So thank you. Thank you
so far
for
it's
that.
been good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So, Billy, I got to say, Wednesday with you is the favorite part of my week, and hearing all these cool things about
You're
cool
just
people.
saying that.
Yeah. Well,
You say that to all the DJs.
I do. Yeah. So thanks for having us. I didn't mention at the beginning of the show, but this wouldn't be possible without our community sponsors like WAME. Randy Marion Ford, American Renaissance School, Groucho's Deli, and Central Line of Realty. So check us out, Connect Iredell, IredellNC.com. Thanks, Billy.
Don't forget Fatboy P.
Yep.
He's a country boy.
That's a hit if I've ever heard one.
That's exactly right.
That is
Got
a
a couple
hit.
more. They on the way.
We look forward to it. Thank y'all.
10:35.
Thanks.
Real Country, WAME.